Well, hello YouTube, what's up? This is Emery. So the Sony A7 III was a game changer when it launched way back in 2018, but in 2025, is it still worth buying or you're better off upgrading? Let's break it down. This camera is one of the most popular full-frame cameras out there, but with the newer cameras like the A7 IV and the A7III, is it still worth buying? Stick around, I'll give you the right answer. If you're looking for an affordable full-frame camera with solid image quality and great autofocus and insane battery life, the Sony A7 III is still the one. But there are a few things that might want to make you upgrade to other options. The Sony A7 III has a 24 megapixel full frame sensor and it still holds up the image quality in 2025. You still get great detail, strong dynamic range, and Sony's signature color science. One of its biggest strengths is that you still get low light performance, and the Sony A7 III is good at handling higher ISOs, and it's well off better than most of the budget cameras today. For the photographers, you're getting excellent raw images with more room to edit. I've taken pictures with this camera and raw files run up to 40 MBs per image, and this will give you more room as you're editing your images. The Sony A7 III is a great choice for the photographers, but with videographers there are some limitations. For the autofocus performance, the Sony A7 III still holds up, and the autofocus on this camera is still legendary up to now. Eye tracking works well with portraits, and the continuous autofocus keeps up with fast moving objects. The Sony A7 III is not as fast as the A7 IV or the Sony FX3, but unless you're shooting high speed action, it still does a good job. When it comes to the video features, now here is where it gets a little bit tricky. The Sony A7 III shoots 4K up to 30 frames per second, but it's in 8-bit, and here is where it gets challenging when you're color grading in post, and no 4K in 60 frames per second. If you're mainly a video shooter and you want to shoot your videos in 10-bit color and better codecs and record 4K up to 60 frames per second, then the Sony A7 III is not for you. You might consider to upgrade to another camera. But if you're doing simple YouTube videos, client work, and social media content, the Sony A7 III is still a better choice for you. One of the best things about the Sony A7 III is that its battery life lasts longer than most of the cameras today. And for the body, it's well built and it's weather sealed, and it has dual SD card slots, one of the things that even the newer cameras don't have. For the price, you can find the Sony A7 III at around 1,700 when it's new, and when it's used, you can get it around 1,000 to 1,200 USD dollars, and sometimes you might even get it at a cheaper price than that, and that's almost half the price of the A7 IV, making it a good solid budget choice. If you're looking for a budget full-frame camera and you shoot both photos and videos, and you don't need 4K 60 frames per second, and you want an amazing battery and great autofocus, then the Sony A7 III is a better choice for you. But if you need to shoot 4K 60 frames per second or 10-bit color for more professional work, and you're looking for better color science, then the Sony A7 III is not a choice for you. So is the Sony A7 III still worth it in 2025? Absolutely yes. The Sony A7 III is still a full frame camera, and it offers good quality image and great autofocus, and it has a good battery life. But if you're considering the latest features, there are better options for you. Let me know what you think in the comments. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe for more.